The Nintendo Switch keeps pumping out great titles since its release in 2017. 2020 is looking pretty great for Switch users, and the first half is proof of that. We've tracked more than 800 games released on the Switch since the start of 2020. Here are the top 10 best Switch games so far, all arranged by PlayScore. You can find the complete list on our website, whattoplay.com, link on the description box below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell.
What's the plan?
We're gonna kill a lot of aliens.
We are starting off this bad boy at number 10 with Saints Row 4 Re-Elected. The closest thing that the Switch can get for an open-world game like Grand Theft Auto 5. This is Deep Silver's fourth and chaotic adventure game. In 4, everything is packed with more hilarious parodies and godlike fun. As a remastered version, expect a few improvements to its visuals. It's not revolutionary, but it's just a nice addition to the Switch's list of games. The world is your playground as you return as the badass Saints boss, ready for more over-the-top action. Gain absurd super abilities and battle against an alien race determined to invade the crap out of America.
This is for Lady Liberty.
This premise opens up to a whole new world of possibilities. Whether you want to stick to the story or mess about in super speed races, or go climb around alien towers, there is nothing standing in your way in Re-Elected. It also contains all the DLCs from the original, including the memorable Get Out of Hell, a play score of a 7.78. Next on our list is It'll Do 2 Plus, a sequel to the indie action-adventure RPG from Ludosity. Its initial release way back 2019 garnered controversy that caused the developer to remove the title from the eShop. A year later, the game is finally back to the Switch. In It'll Do 2 Plus, our little heroine crashes yet again into an island filled with loot, puzzles, and mysterious inhabitants. Help It'll Do and her sidekick Tipsy in their grandest journey yet. For the first time in the series, the characters are now in true 3D. Borrowing notable elements from classic adventure formula, engage in complex puzzles amidst the game's deep focus on exploration and combat. Use your magical map and find the 8 missing pieces to rebuild your raft. Combine tools you find along the way and survive in this beautiful hand-drawn world. The game receives a play score of a 7.81. Number 8 is Darksiders Genesis. Since the Switch was released back in 2017, it received a ton of support from numerous developers. It hopes to bring portable gaming back to the grid. This is how THQ Nordic aimed when it released Genesis to the Switch as well. An unexpected spin-off to their critically acclaimed Darksiders series is in the form of a top-down hack-and-slash title. Set years before the original game, witness the bloodbath between the Nephilim and the Horsemen. Control 2 characters, war and strife, as they fulfill Lucifer's orders to disrupt the balance of hell. Seamlessly switch between these powerful beings with their own set of abilities and embark on a perilous quest, all set in the Darksiders universe. A play score of a 7.85. Lucky number 7 goes to Streets of Rage 4. We've been talking about this game for the past few weeks now, and boy, we don't ever get tired talking about it. To repeat what we just said on our previous videos, this was a game that took almost 3 decades for a follow-up. It was praised for being a return to form to their classic side-scrolling adventures. This cult classic from Sega continues the beloved beat-em-up craze. It feels like a time machine playing this in 2020, as it combines new mechanics with some of its signature movesets from decades ago. Choose from its ragtag group of characters and engage in fun brawler combat with or without a friend. It receives a play score of a 7.98. Sixth on our list is Trials of Mana. Square Enix's beloved Seiken Densetsu series is back in 2020, and it also comes in the form of a gorgeous remake. This was the return of the fan-favorite JRPG from 1995, and this fresh new look to the third entry of the Mana series is made both for old and new players. In this remake, the game is rebuilt from the ground up, and it's now in complete 3D.
Got the upper hand.
New players will find the magical world of Mana spellbinding, while series veterans will appreciate the numerous additions to its story and gameplay. Either way, Trials of Mana still lures us back to its enchanting lands filled with darkness and light, and how could we forget the ever-present and huge mystical tree? The changes are obvious and the players can experience a different kind of Trials of Mana, but with the same story. A play score of an 8.03. Did you know that your reviews can influence these play scores? Register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing games. Link on the description box below. Number 5 goes to Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. Speaking of remakes, a Pokémon title also came out this first half of 2020, but it doesn't really bring anything new to the table since it's a remake of the 2005 Mystery Dungeon that came out for the Nintendo DS and the Game Boy Advance. Mixing Mystery Dungeon's roguelike elements with Pokémon's charm, Rescue Team DX allows you to forge your own personality and experience the life of an actual Pokémon after being transformed into one. Throughout the game, there will be numerous dungeon crawling moments and quirky Pokémon hijinks. While this remake retains the classic 16 starter Pokémon, this DX version features new mechanics not seen in the originals, such as Mega Evolution, an auto mode, and finally, an autosave. A play score of an 8.20. Fourth place goes to 2 Point Hospital. Laughter really is the best medicine. From a PC game in 2018, this hospital simulation game is also available for the Nintendo Switch. Sega's 2 Point Hospital is a hospital building game where you construct the most efficient medical facility and cure those who fall ill from even the most unusual diseases. A reminder, this is not a game to be taken seriously if you're really looking for some medical lessons. Although it deals with illnesses, the patients you meet aren't exactly part of the status quo. It's a great addition to the Switch's list of great simulation games since it doesn't take itself too seriously. Any moment, you'll be dealing with a massive horde of the undead or a swarm of extraterrestrial freaks. A play score of an 8.31. Third place goes to Rune Factory 4 Special. The 3DS had a great run, and one of its popular titles is Rune Factory 4. This special edition comes to the Switch with a few upgrades, including a new difficulty mode and fresh illustrations. For the uninitiated, Rune Factory is basically part life sim, part farm sim, and part dungeon crawler. It's like Harvest Moon but more anime-ish. You will be expected to do a lot of things in the span of a single day, so multitasking is the key. There is not much difference in the story. You still play the role of the amnesiac weirdo. Mistaken for some kind of royalty, your goal is to help the citizens improve the city of Selphia and turn it into a popular tourist destination. It's a near-identical port to the 3DS Classic, and it's perfect for players who just want to relive the journey. A play score of an 8.63. Second best Switch game goes to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. If anyone enjoys Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or simply meaning Shulk in Super Smash Bros. But don't know who he really is, this Definitive Edition is just for you. This definitive version of the 2010 JRPG masterpiece is now on the Nintendo Switch, and what could be better than that? Join the fight between man and machine and witness the origin of the iconic Shulk with new and improved visuals and a few bonus features. Spend over 70 hours of pure, unadulterated JRPG goodness and enjoy its blazing, fast, real-time combat in a massive, futuristic world. A play score of an 8.76. Here are the runners-up before we reveal our number 1. My Hero Wants Justice 2. a fighting game to one of this generation's hit anime. Create epic power plays as you take on the shoes of Deku, Bakugo, and so much more. A play score of a 7.76. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. An enhanced port to the 2016 Wii U classic, Atlus and Nintendo came together to make this wonderful JRPG. A play score of a 7.73. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. Repel massive hordes of enemies in this latest follow-up to the Straw Hat Crew's Musou Adventures. A play score of a 7.73. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom-Rehydrated. The much-awaited remaster of the PlayStation 2 classic leads SpongeBob and his friends as they stop Plankton from taking over Bikini Bottom. A play score of a 7.72. Bobble for Friends. A pretty straightforward bubble shooter, this sequel contains even more levels and a fun co-op to play with friends. A play score of a 7.57. And the best Nintendo Switch title for the first half of 2020 is none other than Animal Crossing New Horizons. The pandemic hit us hard, but anyone with a Switch is just lucky enough to enjoy and relax with some good old Animal Crossing fun. It's the perfect game to spend countless hours of farming and managing your empire of bells right at the comfort of your own home. Finally making its debut to the Switch, this latest title takes you into a whole new world free from the modern life woes. With more freedom at your disposal, New Horizons is a paradise of peace and serenity. Embrace that rural life as you collect resources and use your green thumb to cultivate plants and trees. Meet some new friends and get to meet some familiar faces in the Animal Crossing universe. There is just so much to do in this living and breathing world, and it deserves a play score of a 9.22.